Immigration Minister Andrew Giles has been accused of shirking his responsibilities by delegating decisions on visas for released detainees. Joining me at the desk is former Minister in the Howard Government and, of course, Bondi Partners Senior Advisor Peter McGauran. Peter, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Tim.
This is a debacle, isn't it? This debacle continues. Will the Prime Minister have to undertake a reshuffle and put some heavy hitters in this space?
Absolutely, Tim. There's 12 months to the next election. The government will continue to haemorrhage because of the incompetence and the inability to carry a public argument by both the Home Affairs Minister, Clare O'Neil, and the Junior Immigration Minister, Andrew Giles.
And you can't abrogate your responsibility in those roles, can you? You can't do that.
No, because it's public safety. You've got to drive the issues. And all these problems and potential dangers to the community that have now come to pass were all predicted back in November when the immigration detainees were released. The only person I can see looking at the ministerial list, Tim, who'd have the experience and the ability and the mental toughness is Bill Shorten. They have to put Bill Shorten in, otherwise the government will politically suffer.
Do they have to do it quickly?
Almost immediately, and I don't know why the Prime Minister's hesitating. Not everybody measures up, and he doesn't have to sack one or both of them outright. They can be transferred to less controversial and heavily administrative portfolios, but action needs to be taken now.
People take notice too, don't they? You know, constituents take notice of these kinds of subjects. These are pivotal. If you forget about the content, they are pivotal when it comes to elections.
Correct, because a 73-year-old woman was bashed within an inch of her life. That's just intolerable, and government ministers are responsible. If not directly, then certainly under the Westminster system.
OK, on the subject of intolerable, violence against women and children continues to feature prominently with state and federal governments trying to come up with responses. We saw the police ministers at state and territories come together. This is a real crisis.
It is, but there's such a growing lack of confidence or alarm about public administration in Australia. We used to be good at these things. We could solve problems. The Prime Minister announced 2 years ago a $500 million package to address domestic violence and promised 500 caseworkers. 17 in 2 years have been appointed. So, Tim, money is the solution. I'm not into government splashing money, but the only way you'll provide the support to escapees from domestic violence is by providing refuges, by providing support services, transitional support. Governments have to spend money, but they actually have to implement in a practical way their good intentions.
Bail laws are at the end of the line, aren't they? And I know that education's vitally important. What do you think of things like electronic monitoring?
Absolutely essential. Absolutely essential. We have to balance the rights of defenceless and vulnerable women and families against those of the individual, the males. For God's sake, of course, introduce ankle bracelets.